So it's Christmas Day, about 10 o'clock in the morning. Thought I couldn't resist doing Hathersage on my way to Castleton. You can see some of the moors out there, and we'll have a walk back through Hathersage. Beautiful village. Must be an absolute pleasure to live here, but I can also see the downside in winter as well. Yeah, it looks fantastic at the moment. We're on Jaggers Lane just there, but I'll stay on the main road and just give you a flavour for it. Got something called Brookfield Manor, and there's a bit of an inscription up there. But everything's so well built, everything's so well maintained. Got St Michael the Archangel here. Church. Catholic church, so we'll have a quick look at this. You can even probably hear the river just down there. But it's the sort of place that I tend to rush through when I was working. If I was working across in Manchester, set off early, go across the moors, and they were beautiful. I'll just show you that bit. I'll just zoom in on the window for you. Beautiful little church, isn't it? Let's get back down to the main road. So I'm not sure what river's running through here. I don't know if it's the same one that's going to run through Castleton when I get there in a bit. So that's an education centre now, but I'd love to know what it was at one bit. So I've got a bit of a junction here. I had a mate who lived out at Ian. I used to go and stay in his cottage. And that was a beautiful place. The thing about Ian is everybody used to speak to you at Ian. Probably not speak to me because I got a camera in my hand, but I've got the Little John Hotel just there. I'm just going to have a quick nip down this little lane here, show you down here. Saw the river running down it. I'll stick mainly to the main road, but it's giving people a taste. Some people may not live around here, some people may not be able-bodied to get out, and some people may need encouragement to actually get out and actually have a walk around here. How beautiful. That's so soothing. That looks like an old mill over there. Now, one of my main memories was coming to my uncle's wedding reception. Now, I thought it was in the George Hotel, but I'm confused about the location of it now. Morning, you okay? So, I thought it was in the George Hotel, which is here, but I don't think it was this one, so I'm a bit puzzled whether it was this George Hotel here or it was this other one up here. Look at the grandness of the signs. You can see the inscription there. Lovely nativity scene. They put places like Sheffield to absolute shame, don't they? So I've got to find out now whether my uncle's wedding was there or whether it was at the next pub up. I could have sworn the George was further up. Lovely tea rooms everywhere, but I used to come across here every weekend, and then I don't know, the traffic got worse and worse. They kept dropping the speed limits, parking become more and more expensive, so it put me off. But it's so beautiful, and seeing as it's Christmas Day, I thought I'd treat myself. But there we've got the outdoor centre shop, and I remember there being a lovely cafe in there where you could have a piece of cake and a cup of coffee on a Sunday. But you can just see how well everything's maintained, no litter. Why can't everywhere be like this? So I've got a bit of a sign here. It's certainly worth a day out, probably best Monday to Friday before the crowds come. Hathersage crash shop there. Got a blue plaque there. George Herbert, never heard of him, but he must be a local hero of some kind. Fish and chips, fresh daily. Certainly more upmarket than I ever remember it. Let's have a quick scoot up here. Where I get complaints on negative, well, when I do something positive, let's see if the views come. Certainly don't do negative stuff. I do negative stuff to wake people up to what's going off, but how beautiful. So now I've actually got up here. I know it was definitely the George Hotel down there for my uncle's wedding, because this is Bank House Bar and Restaurant, which was I can't remember which bank this was, so definitely ain't the George. I thought that was the George, but I was wrong. And I just remember so vividly back in '74, before we had this sit down meal, after we'd had the meal, my dad and my Uncle Jack, who's no longer with us, came out for a walk around here. And same again with my uncle, who's now passed over. He worked, I think, at the Castle pub in Castleton, if I remember rightly. That's probably how he ended up at the George Hotel there. It's strange what sticks in your mind. We even got public toilets. You can never find any toilets in Sheffield. I was dying to go to the toilet last night after I've been documenting the city centre, and there's just nowhere to go. There's loads of little places you can have a walk off around here. That's the boat lane. But what I'm going to do is show you the church where Little John were buried. Now it'd be great, this house here, absolutely gorgeous, but I'm not sure I want it because it's a bit of an amble here for stopping this. What a beautiful cottage. I'm just going to show you this little cottage here. It's a shop of some kind, hair and nails, but it's so small, isn't it? If that was somebody's house once. Beautiful though. Well, there's so many beautiful places around here because I'll be passing through Hope, and at the post office you can turn right for Edale. And Edale itself is beautiful. So this is a business centre, all well maintained. But that takes you up to Fox House that way, and the beautiful drive down from Fox House, Coast Surprise View. Just have a quick look around the corner and then I'll take you to the church, and I don't know how easy it is to find Little John's grave. It's probably as nice as Castleton really, but it's somewhere I've always passed through to. Listen how quiet it is. So there's lots of places up there as well, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus the video and not to go too far off tangent and stick to this area here, because I think there's quite some history down here, but you can carry on up the hill and there's more beautiful buildings up there. So I've just parked on School Lane. It'll probably be harder rest of the time, but as long as you're not on the double yellows around here. Just imagine growing up here, but then do people really appreciate what it's like living around here? I say I'd have loved it as a kid. Same river again, I think. I think the church is up on the hill. That's why I didn't want to divert too much away from where I am. See the Scotsman's pub. Or Scotsman's Pike pub, sorry. Look how beautiful it is. Morning. Yeah, so I'm not going to go right around the corner, but you can just find more and more places to have a walk to around here. I want to capture as many other places as I can today, give you appreciation. So when I get up to the church, I'll start recording again. So you can see the houses down here, see the mill there. Beautiful countryside all the way around it. So I think we've got two options here, up the road or up the footpath. Private road. Now, I thought I'd been to this church, but when I was in the Ventures, and I'm not sure if I have or not. Beautiful, isn't it? Looks like the church is actually open today as well. I found Little John's grave already. I haven't got to look all around the place. So there's children's library there. Just have a quick look around here and I'll show you St John's grave. Robin of Locksley. Rotherham. I'm thinking about Rotherham nicking my tax money now. I meant Nottingham, the Sheriff of Nottingham. Used to nick our tax money, and Nottingham's nicked our folklore hero, Robin Hood. Robin of Locksley. There, it's pointing in the right direction for the grave. I just want to show you how beautiful it is here, and I picked a pretty perfect day really. It's not too cold, it's not too windy. Now, Miss Havisham might like to comment on whether she's been around this graveyard or not and done some research. I'm not a great fan of graveyards, but I think it was important to show you St Little John's grave. And that's all it looks like, unless it's that stone there, but that says Little John's grave. No, so it's definitely, that's all there is to mark Little John's grave. Oh, there it is, sorry, it's over here. Little John's grave. So, whether I've seen this before, I don't know. But I have now. Looks like the stone was more recent, probably, in 1929. Or whatever. But it's a beautiful so Little John, it says, stood 7 feet tall. I know we did have giants in the past. I mean, people, what would they have been back then? 5 foot, 5'5" at most. And you have a guy walking around at 7 foot tall. I don't know how they get him. Well, that's a long grave, isn't it? That's about 7 foot long, that grave. So I thought it was so important. But one of the things in graveyards, you tend to find graves with, if they're before 1720 or 1720, they start to become J, not 1, 7. Now I don't know what that is. What's that, Miss Avisha? Looks like some sort of cross, that. So yeah, anything before 1720 tends to become J, not a 1 at the front. So it'd be J 725, and there's a school of thought that says that 1,000 years was added to our timeline. So rather than being 1725, it was just 725, and what they've done is added 1,000 years of fake history. I mean, we've seen what happened the last 4 years where there wasn't much truth going around, and how do we know what was true in the past? Well, that's it from Hathersage. I think I've covered enough to give you an appreciation. I think the video's probably going to be about half an hour long, which I think is long enough for most people, unless they can't actually get out and see things. And what I try and do is encourage people to actually get out and explore places a bit more. I'm only like touching the tip of the iceberg around here. So that's it. If you can like the video, follow the channel and click on notifications for new videos in the future. I don't think people are as willing to speak to you when you've got a camera in your hand. So that's it, over and out from Hathersage. And we're very close to what they call the Sheffield border, but I think it's a bit like Rotherham. It's not really Sheffield, it's the metropolitan borough of Sheffield. But that's sort of somewhere after Fox House. I was a bit shocked. So that'd be probably something from the 1974 Local Government Act. It's not real Sheffield as such. But you can see how steep it is on this hill. So that's it, over and out from Hathersage. I hope you enjoy the journey.